When I was young, I fell in love, we used to hold hands, man, that was.
The woman took off all her clothes and walked straight into the cold lake. Suddenly she sank rapidly, and the drop in elevation scared her. She quickly returned to the shore, dried herself off and put her clothes back on. Then she pushed a piece of wood into the lake. She entered the icy lake water again. Using the wood's buoyancy, she swam straight to the center of the lake. Once she reached the approximate location, she took a deep breath and swam swiftly toward the lake bottom. It turned out there was a small crashed plane at the bottom of the lake, and she was the only survivor of the crash. Originally, one coworker had also survived, but he died from heavy bleeding due to lack of treatment. Now she was the only one left in the wilderness, so she had to take risks to find things to survive. After carefully searching inside the plane, she successfully found 2 backpacks, but on her way back a sudden roar came from the shore. When she looked closely, it was a massive brown bear. It looked like it weighed more than a ton, and even ate her last pack of chocolate. After leaving a pile of droppings, the bear walked toward her coworker's body. Seeing this, the woman was instantly furious. She let out a roar and finally managed to scare the bear away. The woman waited a while to confirm the bear had left before returning to shore. She checked the backpack, only to find it filled with electronic devices. She had hoped the other backpack might contain food, but it was filled with bundles of cash. In the past she would have been thrilled, but for her now, the money was nothing more than a pile of worthless paper. Looking at her coworker's body, she worried the bear would come back to eat it, so she quickly dragged him farther away, then dug a hole and buried him. After that she started thinking about how to solve the problem of food and drinking water. Although there was plenty of fresh water around, it was mixed with animal waste, full of bacteria that could easily cause poisoning, so she had to boil the water before drinking it. But here she couldn't find any source of fire. Just when she was desperate, the bag of money gave her an idea. She took several bundles of cash and laid them on the ground, then used her glasses as a magnifying lens to focus sunlight. Before long, smoke started rising from the money. She quickly bent down and blew gently. Thanks to her persistence, she finally managed to start a fire. That made her incredibly happy. She then found a piece of airplane wreckage and used a rock to shape it into a pot. She poured lake water into the pot and waited for it to boil. Although humans can survive on water alone for a month, on this uninhabited island, she had to plan for her future survival. She took some cotton thread from her sewing kit and tied it to a wooden stick. She then used her earrings as fishhooks to make a simple fishing rod. She stood in the lake and waited quietly. Soon she actually caught a fish, but the cotton thread was too thin and broke immediately. The woman had to give up fishing and went into the jungle to search for food. Soon she discovered a thicket filled with various wild fruits. She sorted the wild fruits by color, and she wasn't sure which ones were edible, but she was starving to death. She carefully picked one kind to try. After a few chews, she found it tasted fine, so she started eating greedily without hesitation. However, she didn't know those fruits were actually poisonous. By night, she started vomiting and having diarrhea. Her body became weak and exhausted. In her dazed state, she thought of the brown bear. So at dawn, she found the bear's old droppings and carefully examined the undigested fruits inside. After comparing the colors, she determined the black ones were edible. To be safe, she only ate a small portion, then lay down to wait quietly for her body's reaction.